Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. I hope that this is working now, this live stream for everyone. My name is Raphael Jesus. That's why it's a night with RJ. I thought of putting it, a night with Jesus, but then it might confuse the faithful ones. The first time around, I've managed to put this live with for kids. I didn't know if you can even make live streams for kids, but apparently you can, which is slightly worrying. What are live streams for kids? Are just like the cartoons that they watch? Because I've definitely put, true, I've put cartoons that are live playing that are for children. So I guess that does exist. So how's everyone doing? It's been a busy week because I do work. Despite my employer disagreeing with this statement, I do have a job that takes a lot of my time, but also because I can't leave this guitar alone. And I think the biggest thing is the neck. I can't leave this neck, I can't abandon it, I can't let it go, and therefore I keep coming back and tuning it and messing with it and trying to figure out exactly what I want from it. This is how it looks at the moment. I try to show you. So it is relic. It was more relic at some point, and it had his guitar has had many clothes, different looks. So when I first got it, was just a Faisley. This is still a Faisley for all intents and purposes, but it was just a Faisley FSST in Sunburst, which was a really nice finish, I must say. You know, if you want a two-tone Sunburst, there's nothing wrong with it. There was just one tiny thing that annoyed me, which was the neck, not the neck joint, the wood joint. There was some wood thing showing, and you could see where it ended one and when it started the other, and that was a bit annoying to me, really. And also, okay, I wanted to paint this guitar Sherwood green because I wanted a Sherwood green Strat. Okay, as I explained in the video previously, I got the sort of the wrong color. I didn't follow the steps properly. So although apparently, if it was to be on a wall or to show on the internet, it was an alright finish, and a lot of people said it was really cool, I didn't quite like it enough to leave it as it was. So I ended up removing all the spray paint that I'd put on it, all the poly finish that took me the longest time to do, and then I applied this Bolt finishing system. So Bolt Guitars UK, which is a name that they like, okay, calling a company Bolt Guitars is risky, because although it does have a lightning bolt as its logo, we all know that guitars are bolt-on. Okay, so if you search for Bolt Guitars, it shows results for bolt-on guitars. Sure, it's not my company. I didn't decide any of this, so I don't care. But I only care because if you want to go and buy these that I'm telling you about, you'll have to go for Bolt Guitars UK. This sometimes gets a bit of sediment on the bottom, this chalkiness that Bob keeps talking on about properties. So I bought these. So this is like £10 for these two bottles, which is really good value, like I said last time. And then you can get the sandpaper that they offer, and it has a video course and everything. Paul from the Studio Rats has just completed the build and made the video showing that. So if you want better, video making, go on and do that. And I finished this guitar. All right, finished it. It took me a while to get everything right, but I finished. It was fine. But I was looking at it and I was like, does it relic? Does it relic? Does it relic? I must know. So I started again. I don't learn my lessons when I started stripping. I started by putting the heat gun right here, creating a massive stain, burn stain that went too deep, and then now there's like a sort of a hole because I was trying to sand it down. And this whole guitar is a bit wobbly. It's impressive, really, if you think, oh, it is cheap guitars. Like at the moment, there is a guitar on Guitar, the SQOE, that is like Skyburst. Just to make a body and paint it, so it's like a smooth gloss finish, is already extremely challenging. The fact that you can buy a whole guitar for £100 it's mind-blowing to me. Every time that I have to put work in doing these sort of things, I appreciate the amount of work that people like you and I do in places like Indonesia and China and Vietnam and India for not a lot of pay. Some places more than others, and Mexico as well, they're not well paid. And everywhere, guitar builders and guitar factory workers aren't well paid anywhere, apparently. So I started by doing the arm thing, the big arm relic thing right here. And then I did the other beats and the round and everything, and I was like, I don't really like that. I don't really like seeing all that wood, because I stained it. All the wood that is covered has a very light antique brown stain, just so it's not like the really white wood showing underneath. Although that would be a more realistic relic, because for the guitars to be this dark, they would have to be like really grimy and dirty. And really, who does that to their guitars? I don't have any of my other guitars like this. This, I got it on purpose. But then again, I look at the Master Builder guitars that Anderton's just interviewed the guys, and it's I have doubts. I have queries. I want to know how they get to that process of what they decide how to get that look. At the moment, relics are just think, hey Steve, how's it going? I have something for you. You can see the straps here? I'm going to rematch these straps to the guitars. So I recovered this bit here, bit by bit, layer by layer, coat by coat. After a couple of days of doing it, I was able to do it, and then I put the matte finish. But then what I do, it doesn't stay matte, because I then take some ticket and I polish it with just a cloth, and I go, and it feels really nice. And the proof in the pudding is that yesterday I took this to a jam night. I played for an hour, and it didn't become sticky. It wasn't like sticky because sometimes it's not cured properly, and it wasn't sticky because it wasn't too glossy. It's a really comfortable guitar, and like Steve just told us today about his Solo King experience, that was a heavy guitar. This guitar is not heavy at all. It's not the neck, it doesn't neck dive, but it's not heavy at all. So I'm really satisfied how it is. You know, I've had some problems with the pickups, because the guy before chopped off the legs from the base plate, meaning that it's the thing is, if I was to look at this guitar, by the time that it owes me, it's a lot of time. And it's like not worth it, because my time is precious. It's not. I'm not doing anything now, so I'm not getting paid. But if I look through the lens of, this guitar has given me a lot of time to learn and to try things and to experiment and to gain knowledge that I wouldn't otherwise have, it was a great investment. That Tektronix pedal has been a great investment. So this is it. I wanted to move on with the topics of the night, and what I'm gonna do is, I have three topics on the description, but really it's 2 and matching straps. So first and foremost, let's start matching some straps, and then we'll go back to the topic at hand. What guitar should we do first? That is the real question. I think I'll start with this one. Right. That's it. It's leveling up skills. It's learning things, like, even if it's just following steps one after the other, the cumulative effect afterwards is, I've done something that I hadn't done before. I've become way more comfortable with wiring and soldering that I wasn't, and that's why I have like a soldering iron right here, and flux and solder there. I've managed to get a better understanding on how to sand for plastic, for the pickguard, on how polishing actually works on guitars with cloths and other things, how abrasive pads and sandpaper and staining, the process of layering paint. So it never is wasted on doing these sort of things. But sometimes it's a bit frustrating. It's tricky because when it starts, because you have this one, this is the color, and this one was darker when I started. Even after mixing this white that is supposed to give it more of the, not so much water base, but it's actually being a finished dead layers. This is a blue, it's a seafoam. It's a seafoam. So if this is Daphne blue, okay, for comparison, if this is Daphne blue, this is seafoam. It's not surf green. It's like duck egg, probably. It has a tint of green, but it's a very bluish green, really. The Fret King on my lap. Well, you'll see the the comparison now, regardless. This one was seafoam green, light seafoam green. So this one is like Daphne blue. So if it is Daphne blue, we can either use complementary colors or the same color, isn't it? That's the color science of things. And so we have, well, I don't know the best way. This is very dumb. This is very dumb and probably useless things to be doing with my time. But we have fun, don't we, Steve? Taking into consideration that I'll need some straps, so it's not the best match for each guitar, but it has to work itself out. This is my least used guitar. This Tele. That's not a Tele. This Tele, that's not a Tele. Eh? Do I look like I'm a strap seller? It's like, hello, my friends. I have many straps. Would you be interested in a strap? I can get you a strap. Good price. Very good quality. The texture. Mwah. I'm tempted. I'm leaning towards this one here. Let me just see if it would match better with some other guitars. I think I'm gonna go with this blue and yellow, and like light blue and dark blue. Yeah, I think none of the others really match. This one could do it maybe if I didn't like that, but I think it's gonna be this one. All right, so the first one, yeah, the pink one would work well because it contrasts really well, right? And it has some blue tones. But I think I want the pink on a different one, on a different guitar, I mean. So we'll come back to these ones. There's also this one. What do you think? Do you think this one is much, much better? Yeah, this was on another guitar, but this could go on the Paisley, and this could go. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about initially is help me understand the following. We play music live, or we can play music live. Is it our responsibility to bring an audience, or is it the venue's responsibility to bring an audience? And if we are light entertainment, okay, if you're like hired to play a gig, is our role just to keep the people that are there in already? So it's three alternatives. Are we to bring an audience? Is the venue to make promotion to bring an audience? Or are we just light entertainment that keeps the people at the bar? I tend to think it's all three, really. Like, I make posts on Instagram and I invite people. No one ever shows up, obviously. The venue should promote it as well and invite people. No one shows up as well. And it ends up being a lot of the time you just keep people that are there. Like, keep the drunks happy. So, and with that being said, I'm looking forward to hear what Steve has to say, because he is experienced in these sort of things, apparently. He says, I don't know if I believe him, I never met the guy, he might be a compulsive liar that likes hats and glasses, who's to say? and uses AI to put himself with the very successful Coconut Groove band in Dundee. Who grooves in Dundee? It's so far up north. It's like it must be freezing at the moment. But if it's on a venue, yeah, and like there are pubs, right? There are pub gigs. There are sort of venues that have free entry sometimes. These are ticketed events. They are like showcases and stuff. And then there's bars. That's and lounges. I've played in a hotel once. And the reason why I'm asking this is not only because it limits what you play, sort of the set list. I sort of understand why there are so many tribute and cover acts. Like I do covers as well most of the time. But if you want to do originals, I think it's not really realistic. Or if you have a really strong idea of what you want to be doing, it's not really realistic to impose that onto a lot of places. So it becomes you do a gig every 6 months for that concept, that really original concept, and then work on everything else around it, like the social medias and the productions and everything. And if you want to make money, you just do covers and tributes and stuff. Well, Steve is sharing his knowledge with us and says, when you are my age, I think it's great if you can bring some bodies. The venue should also do some promo. If the venue is known for having bands on every weekend and consistently on certain nights, then it's sort of like people are already going there to watch bands, right? Should bring, yeah, they will like, and they will just complain if something is not right, if they don't like it. Steve, while I got you here, I tried streaming with Prism. That's why I wanted to do this live, was to try Prism. But it didn't work. My computer didn't like it. When I went to I did a rehearsal on the system, and then when I actually went to do things, it didn't like it. Sorry, still on the topic of music and bands, is for originals, and in my younger years, it was all on the bands to do the promo. Yeah. Again, probably depends on the bands, right? And who's... Because I have been to showcases of original bands that are promoted by a promoter, and there's still no one there. It's like, where are the people? Where are people going? Are just people... Is everyone poor like myself? And they just want to know. And it's just a case of places that are busy, and places that aren't busy, regardless of what you do, you're never going to get there. And then it's just a closed space of certain bands that fit certain spaces, go to those spaces, and there's no cross-contamination in between genres. Like, there's conservative clubs for the country, right? Would it make sense to have this really strong punk-themed band playing there? No, it doesn't. I get that. On a place that wants to be young and hip, having like a 6-piece of bald guys playing 80s hits, does it make sense? No, probably not. So I sort of get that. It's just, and that's what I meant. I was talking with Steve through email, because he's from, he's like old, I guess. I'm just being mean. It's a bit demoralizing when I feel like, oh, maybe people don't come because I'm not a good enough musician. And I think that's what ended up happening. It's like, oh, maybe I'm just not good enough. And they don't need to be really, really good to play live. Actually, to play live, it's better maybe if you're not that good, because you don't overcomplicate things. And people only really care about the singing and if they can dance to songs. So I do need a bass player probably to join my ranks sooner or later. But yesterday when I went to the jam night locally, it was a jam night that was no one there once again. Well, there was no one is unfair. There were 2 guys, and two people that were bar staff. There was the bar staff, the security, and two other guys, and they enjoyed it. The only song that they didn't like was "Smells Like Teen Spirit" because they're a bit fed up with it. And I'm not fed up with it. It's just I feel like it's a song that's too covered, and my voice wasn't great, and everything. But yeah, I played and I was like, no, we're actually decent. So it's tricky, isn't it? Is it better to just have probably then all the image and prepare it to do covers and do light entertainment if you want to make money out of this? If you want to have an original idea, it has to be pushed on social media. But then I've seen guys, like there's this band, if you want to go check it out on Instagram, called Bad Actors. They say every single video like, oh, we are a band. They are a duo like myself. We're a band from Sheffield, and we're inspired by Jimi Hendrix and Arctic Monkeys. Like you can barely tell. But every video they say the same thing, and they like color coordinated. It's like, okay, if you're trying to reach a new audience, that's great. That's the work that you need to do. But there has to be a balance between finding new audiences and creating community and creating and nurturing the audience, right? Okay, moving on to the next guitar. I think that strap works well with the yellow, with the brass and stuff. Moving on to this one, that is a Shergold Provocateur, that is Battleship Grey, right? I don't think this color, the white clashes with the pickguard, so it can go away straight away. These had the blue, but I don't think the blue is the right color. Again, white clashes with the pickguard. I think the pink here. Thanks, Puninja. I'm still not 100% voice-wise from yesterday, from singing yesterday, which is something that I also don't know. How am I supposed to do this? I was like, anyone's supposed to do music professionally in the sense of gigging regularly. If I do an hour of singing with no warm-up, and I'm like this today, very deep. I think this strap can work here because it doesn't have a very strong white. This could maybe work here as well. So there's that. I think that's all the ramblings that I want to have tonight about playing live. It's a subject that is interesting, and I do recommend to anyone that has never tried playing live or playing with friends or jamming to find your local community and to join them. It's really rewarding. I don't have a logical explanation on why that is the case, but I do really enjoy playing with other people because it's not only that's enjoyable, but it also eliminates all the constant thoughts that we have about gear all the time. When playing with other people and playing songs and playing live, it really becomes about notes and the thing. Tell is in the hands, and people are like, no, it's not in the hands. When you're playing with people, how much you're buzzing and letting the strings play and note selection and chords and rhythm and everything, all of that is 100% more important than any tone. It's like, as long as you're hitting the notes, no one's going to complain. And then obviously there is an element of own satisfaction. Steve says that strap would work if you refinish the guitar with some bolt finishing system. Yes, use bolt finishing system for 10% off. Use code RAFSMATE, RAFSMATE, and I get a small affiliate consideration. Please consider your options, or just buy a whole kit. I have thought of buying the whole kit, but I don't have. When they do an offset or a guitar that I'm interested, I will buy it. So far, it's only the Telecaster style. Puninja mentions that playing with a drummer is so rewarding. Music is a social thing, definitely. And for many years, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that that was the point of music. Music was like collecting and playing bits here and there, but it really is a social aspect. And playing with the drummer, more than playing with another guitarist or with a bass player, it really becomes about it. And I can go out of time, but or he can go out of time, but as long as I sort always adjust to him, it's fine. And it's like a game. It's like the game of, can we stay consistent? What do we think? I think. What do I think about these straps? This strap is not very comfortable. It's green and gray, the inside, and the outside is all these colors. All these colors here. But yeah, it could work, but I don't think it's ideal, let's say. This one, I think this one might work because it has these little green leaves with the mint guard, sort of works. And I'm gonna save this one for another guitar. Or am I saving it for? Yeah, that's it. So, as well, putting your mentions here that playing off the vibe is so much more rewarding than playing. Hey Dave, how's it going? Dave is the guy that bought the bolts kit and stained the neck with a darker color, like Steve was asking to Paul on the Studio Rats live, and he didn't get the question that you were asking. So if you have questions, Steve, Dave is your man. He built it, and then he did some really cool stuff of changing the fret markers to brass. We are on the strap. Yes, I think this works well. It's sort of similar tones, not exactly the same, but it has just enough elements that make it work here. Probably you have one of these straps. And I was a bit not nervous. I wasn't nervous because what happened was, and I have a video to edit. I just haven't gotten around to it. I started editing, but then stopped, and then I haven't got around to it. With that, Dave came specifically to my place here in Blackpool to show me the guitar and everything. And the sneak peek is, I was a bit nervous that I had told a friend of mine to get it, and he got a slightly bigger discount. It was like they did the promotional discount for me, and I said, can Dave buy it instead? Because he has experience building loads of kits. He has done a dozen at least, right? So, what have I done? Have I hit the mic? Sorry. I think that's what I have the in-ears to hear the guitar, but I didn't hear everything else. Tell me what I've done. I don't know what I've done. I'm gonna continue on. I hope the noise is not like happening right now. Give me a yell. You're both yelling. Got it. I was worried for a second there. Okay. But despite Dave having a lot of experience building the kits, and a lot of the people, and myself included, were thought maybe this like to start a kit, he was really well impressed. With it, so it's good. Hey Sally, welcome on this Friday. Well, it's not Friday night for you in America. In America, it must be like afternoon. No, it's not afternoon yet, because I know that Philip McKnight starts in a couple of hours. So, looking forward to listening to the stream tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm doing overtime. This weekend I'm doing overtime, which is not great. But again, not many gigs this month, and then I need to make up with actually some actual work. I know this doesn't need to be adjusted. All right, so now Eastman Juliet, the guitar that seems like it melted somehow. It's 1:17. It's afternoon already, so I'm not too far off. So this guitar is actually nice. It is and it isn't. There's things that I like about it, and there's things that annoy me to no end. Like, why did they decide to cut it here so much? It makes it in the wrong light. It's just round, and I don't understand. And I don't understand Why? If they just had elongated it slightly here and then have it a little bit about and then shorter here, it would have been the perfect design in my opinion. On the other hand, it's very light, it's very comfortable, it's very ergonomic, it has all the carves and everything. This is not the review of this guitar, but I just feel like saying this. And today I realized that the neck height is too close to the strings. They should have had a shorter, a slimmer pickup ring, because it offsets the balance of the pickups. Like this one is just at the level of the pickup ring, while the bridge one is clearly off it for a fair bit. I'm not selling this like Jim from Audio Moselle tells me to do. I'm not selling it. I'm gonna stick to it. But sometimes, like once or twice a day, I look at it and I think I'm gonna sell this guitar. Yes, it is in the flesh, it is, but there's still something. Someone said, Dave, because I took the abrasive pads and sort of polished the pickups so they're not shiny now, and someone said, oh, you should do that to the rest of the hardware as well, and I thought maybe I should. Maybe that's a good point. And then someone else said, oh, that's just one step away from relicking the rest of the guitar. And it's like, don't tempt me. Don't you tempt me. This guitar is too expensive to me to start relicking. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for the likes. You have 6 people and 4 likes. That's great. I don't know what does to anything. So, yeah. I'm just having a look here. So, Dave says that it's actually my best guitar, and I have some great ones, including that Jazz Master that I borrowed. It is true. And that's the thing. And not only the guitar is good, right? It has great features, but because we build it, any guitar that you build, it sort of becomes your thing, and then it's like a bigger connection. Staley mentions that he likes the color on this guitar. I think the color of this guitar, the problem that I have with the color of this guitar is that it doesn't look good on the wall. And it's exactly the same color as my curtain. It's such a stupid reason, but I chose this. Because on the shop and under white light, it looks great. Under yellow light, like we are now, it looks a bit like beige. It looks beige. However, again, on the stage, with red and blue and purple and green and all the lights hitting it, it's great. And because I'm assuming you guys do, wear black or gray or dark blue, it really offsets against the clothes. Dave mentions that maybe I could use a different pickup ring, probably. Hang in a different room. Where do you think I live? In a mansion? I have one room for the guitars and that's it. No, to be fair, I have one guitar hanger in the sitting room, and the wall is blue, and I have put it there, and it does look much better because, again, it contrasts against the dark blue, and the red and blue sort of contrast is really cool. We're gonna start a fight here. You're saying that your bolt, the one that that they've assembled, outperforms my MIJ Telecaster. Well, I had both at some point. I think I did because I took that Telecaster to bolt. Yes, and when it came here, obviously. I think feel-wise, definitely. Sound, I'm not sure. The Telecaster had a very vintage sound. And that was the hybrid one that had the locking tuners and everything. The thing is, your bolt does, but my bolt that someone else built doesn't. And that's the thing about bolt guitars, that it's up to the person that is building it to really work on the details and make it good. Like, you can have from average to very good. It's up to you really to work on it to make it the quality that you want. There's nothing on the kit limiting it other than the pickups. And the pickups, again, it's a bit of preference. Like for indie and for rock, this Bolt guitar, this Telecaster with the weird pickguard, it's amazing. it's like, it sounds like a humbucker really, the bridge pickup, and the neck pickup is like really clear and airy, but it's not the Telecaster sound that a lot of people might be looking for. The bolt is, yes, yeah. Ninja mentions that he hangs his resonator in the living room. Yeah, exactly. Like the resonator is a cool instrument with all the parts and the shiny bits. I just have to dust it probably. But I don't have. I have guitars here, and then I have one hanger downstairs, and downstairs is an acoustic, proper full size acoustic hanged, because if I want to pick it up, although I do have an amp there, so I should just get a second hanger and send it there. Okay, Dave. You already know you're great and everything. You know that your skills could make the guitar better, and it is true. It is true. It did make the guitar better. It is a really good player at the moment. Straps. We're forgetting our mission here, guys. So, on this guitar, I had this like drab green strap that I think works well with the rest of the colors and everything. It's not very fancy, schmancy, but it works well. I'm just seeing if what you think alternatively would work here. Yes, Sally, like, and you were. I've started watching the one on the Nashville guitar that you've been working on. That's true. Like, guitars can be beautiful art. I don't think all guitars are beautiful art, and not all guitar combinations are. But if you have a guitar collection that can work as art, it is cool indeed. Yeah, I think. Do you think if I made it, Dave? If this was like on a Friday evening like today, you'll be able to join me. I could get StreamYard working. I think I can try, and we can both talk about live guitars and the weather, because we're in Britain. All right, Puninja. See you all next time. The telly needs leather. The telly needs leather. The telly needs leather, in my opinion. Like a leather strap, like your leather strap. I don't have a leather strap anymore. So, these ones, at some point, I also had this strap here. And we can add this one here for good measure. I do feel like a seller of straps. The suede, this one, right? Let's leave it here. A leather strap. Well, a leather strap could work well with a lot of things. The telly needs a leather strap. The telly needs leather. But what, the bolt? I'm not putting a strap on the bolt. The bolt is not to go out. It's not. It's their guitar. I'm waiting for them to pick it up. But here, now that you mention, a brown leather strap on this guitar might be fancy. I don't know if you're talking amongst yourselves, but these straps, these ones, I bought from AliExpress. It's a P&P. On eBay and Amazon they have them, but it was like £7 a strap or something like that. It was really affordable. So I like this. I don't think this works particularly well here. It wouldn't be bad. Like, none of these options are bad, but I think I'm gonna stay. New strap, yes. I think I'm gonna keep the suede. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the outcome of this discussion, is that I need a leather strap for this guitar, or something. Maybe a black, because it has the black headstock. I think a brown leather strap might be good. I might ask my parents to see if they give me one, like Dave's parents gave him one. Is that Fender Tweed? Is that the Fender Tweed strap? No. I don't have a Fender Tweed. This is just I don't feathers with this bag. This one is just this one is not PNP. This one is something else, cheap from Amazon as well. It's the brand is Guitar Strap. Speaking of straps, have you noticed that some people play with the Fender strap that is like the yellow Fender letters with dark reds and black, like in squares? I hate that strap. I've seen it so many times, and I was watching this documentary about Portuguese music, and I've seen people using it since like the 80s. It's so ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't like it, especially because there's so many alternatives. And the worst thing, okay, the worst thing is people that wear Fender straps with non-Fender guitars. Oh man, if I could, I would. I feel very deeply about this. I'm confused. The time delay is killing my understanding of what you're on about. It was the suede one. Do you mean this one? This one? I'm gonna wait to see if it's the one that I'm holding right now. So yeah, all right. So we've been through light entertainment, and we were discussing the bolt guitars and everything. I am going to organize the StreamYard thing. I'll message you to know if it's next week, or maybe next week. No, because you might be doing Christmas and stuff. But the week after, the 29th, because on the 28th, I'm gonna be hosting an open mic in a. It's not a community room. It's a function room above a pub that's massive. The Leighton pub has a massive stage. It's like the biggest stage I've ever seen. It's over a meter off the floor with LED walls behind. It could host a 10-piece. It's a massive pub. It's a massive stage. And it's a massive room as well. I don't know how we're going to do that. That lovely Fender strap. Ah, that lovely Fender strap on the bolt is a Fender Road one. Got it. Yes. Yes, that one. Your strap is very lovely. I don't know if I can leave knowing that, but that I'll never have one of those. Which is I'll never have one of those. Like it's the Leighton Institute is on the 28th of December. So not next week. Not next week, the week after. Thursday, between Christmas and New Year. At 7 p.m. in Leighton, Blackpool. So the suede you mentioned. Yeah, okay. I think I know what you want about. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this green one here for the time being until we get something else. The next thing that I want to talk about is the effect that knowing that a pickup is a certain brand has in our brains. And with that, we'll be able to see my body now. I'm so conscious now about that. Alright, so this one. On this one, because it's red, I had this strap. But this is a case of fake friends. It's not quite the same color, nor is it a complementary color. So I might as well just do something that is a bit different. So I think I'm going to go back to the white, because this matches the pickguard. Okay, alright, got it. So the green one looked like a tweed. Yeah, okay, got it. Yes. I actually have a brown strap somewhere. No, this is a black one. I have a brown strap. Where do I have a brown strap? The sound quality of this must be amazing. I'm gonna see this guitar fall off the hanger. I'm trying to get something. No, it's not here. I have a brown strap somewhere. I might try to do that. So, which one should I go for here? I think as a strap. Okay. I'll try to speak closer to the mic. It's really annoying, especially on the phones. It's hard sometimes to get the volume as higher as on computers. Personally, I like this strap more just by itself. Like the colors, I like these colors more, the combination and everything. But this one here, I think it's more contrasty, and I think it sort of works. I think it works. I think it works. I think the yellow. Or not, no. I'm gonna leave this one out. I think this one. I'm gonna closer. This is the most important decision that we're gonna do tonight, okay? So which one? The blue and yellow that is closer to the bridge, or the blue and brown that is closer to the neck pickup? I can't hold it for much longer. My arms are giving out. My left, your right. I change it. Okay. I'm gonna wait for a few more moments for the votes to come in to make sure that I understood correctly, because I've changed around now. So again, this one that's closer to the bridge or this one that's closer to the neck pickup? Let me know. While we think about this, neck. Okay, this one. Okay. I think that as a strap it looks better, and there's nothing conflicting with the guitar in itself. Brown and blue sort of work with the other colors as well. I don't. Some people must be thinking that I'm mad, but we understand what we're doing here, and that's what matters. Pickups. All right, pickups. So, to see if I understand the history of pickups correctly, Charlie Christian, I think that's the first guy. But so broadly speaking, we have Fender making single coils, we have Gibson making the humbucker puffs, we have Gretsch making the humbuckers, right? We have Bixby with some pickups and stuff. They're not the only guitar makers, but those are the big American guitar makers, because then there is like Echo in Italy and Vox and stuff. But a lot of like the electric guitar started in America. All right? Okay, cool. For many years, if you wanted pickups, you had to buy a guitar. There was no aftermarket pickups. You had the pickups from the Dan Electros and the Harmonies of the world and the Tyscos of the world and the cheap crap that came, correct? All right, good. We're all on the same page. Then, DiMarzio starts making pickups. I don't know, was it DiMarzio or Seymour Duncan? One of the two are at the same time, which creates the aftermarket pickup. All right, that's what I've heard from Philip McKnight, basically. I haven't done any research whatsoever, but this is my understanding. I might be wrong, but this is where I'm coming from. We have then a bunch of brands that market themselves as quality brands that sell aftermarket pickups. So if you buy one of those brands, you know that you're getting a quality pickup. A lot of them based in Western countries. Then we have affordable pickups. Like here, there's like Warman and Vanson and Wilkinson and like those sorts of semi-established brands that have pickups made and stuff, but they're like the alternative to in a lot of cases, like, these are good to upgrade a cheaper guitar, but they won't be as good as the original pickups on a more expensive guitar, and aren't the same thing as the higher end. Like here, there's also iron gear, right? Okay, cool. And then there's the boutique pickups that are like, this is always an upgrade. Whatever you do, you put like a Sun Bear pickup or throwback or I don't know, Lawler and Frailin, and the guitar is always going to improve. It's not apples to apples comparison, but that's sort of the gist of it. So, I never made a pickup, okay? But there are things in pickups that I've noticed that I think are more desirable than others. There is like the sort of frequency response and clearness and brightness, how dark, how hot. Like Steve just released a video on the Solo King guitar that he bought from Andertons, which is a brand that I have like been looking and like showing Marcy, my wife, their guitars, because they're like really beautiful guitars that I'm really interested on getting. The thing is, I never liked the Holly Benton Fusions, but I think that's partly because of the pictures on the Harley Benton website. At the moment, I'm lusting after an HSS 22 fret flame maple top with straight single coil pickups and a 2-point tremolo or something like that. Basically, it's like a Tom Anderson drop top or a Sir Legacy 22 fret. And there's not many guitars like that. And Solo King has a FSR version that they sell in Indonesia. And this is way too late in the game to be making any important statements. But I think that what happened with Solo King is really interesting because they have a bunch of different guitars with great colors, great specs, like really interesting stuff. And it's like the house brand for Nefiri in Jakarta, Indonesia. So we have a massive Indonesian shop that must have a great relationship with Indonesian factories, and they are local, so they can make the QC, they can go straight back to them, they can like travel to them, they don't have to have someone go there from America or from Europe. They are there, they know the language, they can communicate, they understand the culture, so they can get exactly what they want. So they got like a great sort of headstock, colors that range from really modern to really classic colors and rare colors. They have these 5A flame maple tops, and they do these special runs with EMGs and Fishman Fluence and Seymour Duncan and everything. And this brings me back to the pickup discussion because, like Allen Entwistle, okay, I've played these Revelation guitars, the RJT, like the offset one, and I thought these are really good pickups at the time. I'm not the greatest player in the world or anything like that, but to me, that's what I thought. But they're not like even standard level of pickups, in my opinion. They are what you put on a cheaper guitar if you want to upgrade it, or it's sort of slightly upgrade over the pickups that most of us would consider really basic and bearable. On the other hand, you have videos like the one that Glenn Fricker made and comparison videos, and myself have made comparison videos between pickups where you tell, well, there is a difference between pickups, but does it really matter what a bridge humbucker sounds like? Does it really matter what a single coil sounds like? It's a single coil, it's a single coil. It's a bridge, it's a bridge. It is what it is. And it like to play for playing live, absolutely 100%. I can't even like tell the very difference, the many differences. For recording in the studio, same thing. Like the process probably of EQing and everything afterwards doesn't really matter as much. There's also the fact that if you always play with one guitar, I think this is like the blessing and the curse of having multiple guitars, is going from pickup to pickup and trying to make everything sound good. It's like matching 5 or 6 different guitars to one rig. It's impossible, and it's a futile chase. But having a pickup that's like a Seymour Duncan, to me, that's the brand that I've found that I like the most in terms of whatever guitar I've picked up that has Seymour Duncan's, I've liked. And I have bare knuckle, I have Wilkinson, or whatever this is. It's like some sort of Wilkinson. I can actually play to you. Let's just try to see. Let me know how bad this is. Hopefully it's not too bad, but is this in tune? But I should be able to play. Let me see. This guitar has some strings that I bought from eBay that were £10 for a pack of 3. I should have known better, like the song says, that they were gonna be crap. But I didn't. So these are the strings. Don't buy these strings. These strings are crap. They are like plasticky. They are not the right size. These are not 10s. These feel like 9s. And I don't like them. I hate them. And I want to burn them. But it is what it is. I complain. They're going to give me partial refund and everything. So let me know if you can hear this, or you can just hear it through the mic. So I think this sounds really good. All right. And this is a split stacked P90 pickup. And I've compared it to the Seymour Duncan that I have on the Faisley at the moment. And it sounds brighter and more usable. But in my head, the placebo is, no, the Seymour Duncan is the right sound. This is overcompensating. This is too bright. Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Let me play something else. So this is just very clean. So it sounds, the way that I look at this guitar just briefly is, this is two guitars, okay? One is P90 humbucker, both pickups are sort of balanced, and then the other is normal Strats, where everything is split, okay? And it does, I've made the comparisons, and it does sound like, I'm gonna put a bit of the clone, take off these, I'm gonna leave the reverb, and I'm gonna play just a bit of like power chords. It sounds as it should. There's nothing wrong, but for some reason I keep thinking maybe I should sell this guitar. Get something else that already has better pickups. This guitar has loads of versatility because it's not like, oh, you can use it with different sounds and use like the tone and the volume. And no, you can. You're like, I'm playing, like I'm here, and then just by changing to the middle, and then just by clicking here and going on neck, ooh, the sound is very spiky. Sorry if it's too loud. Hey, from New Zealand, from the other side of the world. That's amazing. Thanks, Duke, for joining us. So like, this is a super versatile guitar. It's like an HSS but with an actual usable neck pickup. Yeah, sure. Can you hear the Faisley? Wait, let me just turn this off. So, you know. Oh, thank you for the like. Did I do that? I saw a like on my stream. I don't know what happened. So let's hear the Faisley. Okay, so let's start on the. I don't know what I'm doing now. Let's start on the clean setting on the neck pickup. Okay. This one I put like a pure tone jack with the 4 connects, so I'm often just on one of the connections. It needs to go all the way in. Right. This is the other one was a half a step down, so it's going to be tricky to probably compare apples to apples. But I put it half a step down because it gets all the sounds that I might ever need, humbucker or single coils, and it already has naturally bright pickups. So I thought this is a good candidate to have a half a step down. Yeah, that was me. How did I do that? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I'm just... I don't know. Nope. Or... So I don't know if you can hear this very well. I hope so. It's like it's smooth. It sounds professional. It sounds recorded straight away. Does it sound better than the other? Does it stand out in the mix as well? No. And I'm using the same settings. So what am I sort of expecting? Shouldn't I have like settings for each guitar? It never ends. It never ends. With a pickup. With a bridge, sort of, with the same sort of distortion from earlier. And with this one I can split the bridge. And I can also add the neck pickup. Which I can also do with the other one. So I could have these two guitars, only these two guitars, and be the backup to each other, or just like have one in standard, one in flat. B sharp, isn't it? Yeah, there's something wrong here that I was like, I can hear, but I can't quite tell what's going on. String has slightly flat. I don't know if it's the intonation. It's these strings, man. These strings. Don't buy these strings. I think B was actually in tune. Everything else was out of tune. So you were right. It's like B was standing out from everything else around it. I also bought these tuners from AliExpress that aren't the best. They're definitely not the best. Don't do that. Don't buy cheap tuners from AliExpress. They're locking tuners, but like when you turn the thumb wheel, it turns the posts as well. Like when I do this, it sort of turns the posts, and it's changing the tuning as I'm tightening the strings. Again, living and learning, and they have a bit of play as well. So, and the fact that these strings aren't the proper thickness that they should be, so they advertise as being 10s, but I think they are 9s. I use 10s. I buy 10s. I was watching your video, Steve, today, and I was thinking maybe I should just play 9s but I get so used to the tension and to the heights. I just got used to playing with 10s, and I'm not playing anything too complicated. That's I've sort of gotten used to doing this. Geiger tuners for the win. Yeah, I was watching Ferroton Studio. I think that's the name of the channel, and he was talking about them as well, and they look really nice as well. Geiker has a lot of stuff. Should I get the Geiker tram for the Eastman instead of the less tram? I've heard bad reviews about it, but I've also seen good stuff about it. I have a Strat that just won't stay in tune from frets 4 to 7 short minutes. It's like, why are guitars like that? Why do some guitars like? So this guitar has Seymour Duncans at the moment, has SSL ones, which are the vintage sort of voicing on the neck and bridge, on the neck and middle, and has a trambucker on the bridge. But the guy that had it before did these switches, that one is a split bridge and the other one is to have the neck pickup, and it's like really useful stuff. I like it. So this is like a proper hot rod look to it. I really like how this guitar turned out, and it's not perfect and it has imperfections and stuff, but I think it's cool. I wouldn't say that's the same as a Tom Anderson or a Sir, but you know, you can lend me my last tram. Ooh, that's dangerous games. I don't want to abuse of your generosity. Let me try. I was trying something earlier. Trying to do tapping. It wasn't probably the best. Free pack on Amazon. On sale, 23. I bought Rotor Sounds, which I know you have as well because you mentioned today, from Reverb. I should have gone to I don't know why I bought it from Reverb. I'm such an idiot. But it was like £15, and they've come up in price, the pack of free, with another strap. I just can I ask, like, don't send me the straps anymore. I have too many Rotor Sound straps. They're like horrible in plastic and nylon. But yeah, so summing up, playing live music sucks because you end up being like entertainment most nights, and it's hard to get a proper setup, a catalog and set list that pleases everyone. I have 5 originals. If you really want, I can play that. I don't know how it sound, the singing and everything, but I can try. We are an hour into this, so no one's really watching at this point. So I do like I say that we play alternative rock and indie rock, okay? And the songs that I've written are in those sort of things. The guitar is really basic, in the sense that's like it's chords. It's chords played in time. It's just harmony, I guess. Then we went on to matching. This guitar doesn't have a strap. Should this guitar have the pink strap then? I think this could work. There's nothing here that... I think this is it. I even forgot what I was talking about. Playing music. Yes. Playing music is fun. Music is a social thing. Play music live. Play music with your friends if you don't want to play live. Have fun. Don't stress over music. Don't play songs that you don't like because you're just going to get stressed out. Or on the other hand, do play songs that you don't like if you want to progress musically. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked people that actually like music too, about music. What should I do? What should I do? This is Right Stripe, right? It has been holding on to dear life for the whole duration of this evening, but I think this is it. I know what I can play. So I'll play a song that I always say this. I play a song that I wrote after meeting a guy. I told the story last time. I met the guy. bought the acoustic guitar, he had cancer, terminal cancer. And then since then, I've actually messaged his wife just asking, how's Gary doing? And she told me that he had passed away. So in the month from buying the guitar till I asked, he passed away, unfortunately. So I'm gonna play that song, or at least like part of it, because I'll play one verse and one chorus. Life comes and goes so fast. One day you're here, the next you're past. I can hear myself. Life comes and goes so fast. One day you're here, the next you're past. So a man in his last days, so much life that he couldn't take, made me think of my life. What must I do not to be an outcast? The end of our lives. Will we take pride on the choices we made and the actions we've had? Those who love us, we may not choose when we go, but we can show by actions our fear, our care, our love, our minds. Life comes and goes so fast. One day you're here, the next you're past. Life comes and goes so fast. One day you're here, the next you're past. One day you're here, the next you're past. One day you're here, the next you're past. Sorry, the Searchlight's reverb. Thank you guys. The song is like, and then I have another one that is My Daughter's Eyes, about having kids and sort of struggle that the kids go through growing up, of trying to understand what do they want, and as a parent not always being like, oh, it's all loving and beautiful, and really struggling with my feelings. This one about seeing how short life can be, really, because he was a guy just like ourselves, right? And what sort of actions can we take, or can I do? What can I do? What should I do to improve that? And the other one is about being nostalgic about older days, especially because I moved from Portugal when I was 21. So I often think about the time that I was back in Portugal with my friends and people and family and stuff, and would like to go back. But on the other hand, if I was there, or if I was back then when I was like 16, I wouldn't be where I am today with the friends that I have made since, and with the freedom that I have and the family and everything. So, and then the other one, the last one, might as well mention, it's called Friends. I'm terrible at naming songs, but it's I go like it's like I was watching the Blink-182, and I was like, I'm gonna write something like that. So like, your friends? How do you know that you can trust someone with your feelings and memories? What is a friend? Does the meaning change as we grow in age into something else? Do I need friends? Do friendships last forever? If I can count on you like we used to do, what's the point of this? I think we are a fool. And so on and so forth. So yeah, I've bored you enough with my silly songs. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. It's 10 p.m. Philip McKnight is almost upon us, and I must rejoin my family if I want to continue to be able to live in this household. Also, I'm going to be working tomorrow morning, so I need to tuck in. Thank you, Steve, for staying here while you should be probably editing a video, like I should be editing a video. Thank you, Dave, Luke, Staley, Poo Ninja, everyone that might watch this in the future. These guys are all top blokes, like someone might say. And with that being said, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.